Hi everyone, my name is Karen, this is my channel RatherBeReading, and today I'm bringing to you a reading vlog. Hi guys, it is 9:25 p.m. on Wednesday, the 17th of April. Welcome to a new reading vlog. Please excuse my appearance. I know I look awful. Today I had a laser hair removal appointment directly after work, and then I came straight home with just enough time to feed the cat, get changed, and go to boxing. Finally went back to boxing tonight, and it was brutal after 2 weeks away, let me tell you. And when I got home, I was like, oh, I don't need to film an update straight away. I'll wait a little bit until after I've had a shower and I look a little bit more presentable. I have showered. I didn't wash my hair because I just washed my hair last night. And so it's got like a ponytail kink and stuff that I'll have to like straighten out tomorrow morning. And my skin's all blotchy and I still got this gigantic zit on my head, but it is what it is. This is just how I look. So this is what you get because this is a real life vlog. So today, because I had the laser appointment, I had to drive to the interchange, so I didn't get a huge amount of reading done today. In fact, I didn't get any actual like reading done. I only got audiobook listening done. So let's get into the audiobook stuff. So I guess I can update you. I am still reading What Lies Beneath by Richard Denny / Clover Donovan. I am just over 50% of the way through. Originally, I was planning to finish it tonight, but I don't think that's going to happen, even though it is very easy to read. I need to be going to bed shortly, so I don't think that I'll get the whole thing done tonight, but I will read a couple of chapters before I go to bed, and then I'll finish it off tomorrow. And onto audiobooks. So I finished the audiobook today for Boy Swallows Universe by Trent Dalton. You guys, this book was so good. So it's so hard to explain what this book is about. It's literary fiction. It's an Australian novel. It's about a boy who at the start of the novel is about 12 or 13, and it is set in 1983 in southeast Queensland. And basically it's kind of a coming of age novel. He has a older brother who he's got a very close relationship with, who is selectively mute. He lives in a very low socioeconomic area with people who are not perhaps the most good people. And one of the things that the book really plays on a lot is these themes of what makes someone a good person, and if you've done bad things, can you still be a good person or become a good person? It plays with a lot of those types of themes. It is said in the synopsis, I guess I'm going to say it because it says it in the synopsis, but there is themes of his mother going to jail at one point. I won't get into the details of why, because I think that could be a little bit spoilery, but his mother goes to jail at one point in the novel, early-ish on, and that is talked about, and his relationships with different male figures in his life is talked about a lot. And I really loved the writing style. Is very almost crude in a way. It does follow a 12 to or 13-year-old boy, but typically I would think that type of writing I wouldn't enjoy. I really enjoyed this writing. Trent Dalton's voice, I can't even explain to you what it was about this book that I loved, but I did love this book. And so I finished it, and it was the type of book where I loved it so much that I Googled about the book afterwards, because this book is a very hyped release in Australia. And so I've seen it around a lot. It was on every bookstore, Australian based bookstore had this as their book of the month, when it came out type of thing. And I've just kind of seen it all over. And so I Googled it to see kind of what was being said about it, because I don't actually know anyone who's read it. And I found an article called Why I Wrote Boy Swallows Universe from Trent Dalton. And I didn't realize until reading this article that this book, it is fictional, but it is based largely on the author's life, which is astonishing. And I'm going to read you a couple of excerpts of this article, because this article, if reading this doesn't make you want to pick up this book, then I don't even know what does. So it says, About 3 summers ago, on a blazing hot Boxing Day in southeast Queensland, I was standing at the back of a small blue Holden Barina, it's a car, with my mum, the boot hatchback, boot's what we call a trunk, I'm gonna have to do a lot of translating. The boot hatchback door was up and I was helping my mum load a bunch of Christmas gifts and cooking equipment into her car. We'd all just enjoyed a good family catch-up in a shared Bribie Island holiday unit, one of those nice peaceful Christmases where nobody argues about who was supposed to make the coleslaw, and my mum was distracted for a moment by my daughter. She must have been about 7 then. She was doing one of her impromptu interpretive dances through an avenue of coastal paperback trees, the daughter he's talking about. I followed her eyes and was naturally also quickly ensnared in this vision. My girl's hair blowing in the wind, her bare feet making ballet leaps between those trees, a stick in her hand acting as a wand. Then out of nowhere, and for no apparent reason, not moving her eyes for a second away from my daughter, Mum said something beautiful. I wouldn't change any of it. It sounds cheesy, I know, but that's what she said. I wouldn't change any of it. If I had to go through it all again to get to this, I would do it. I wouldn't change any of it. I'm getting emotional reading this article because when you read the book, the mother-son relationship issues, there's just all of the familial and like friendship relationships are like huge in this book. And so his mother did go to jail in real life for a number of years, for I think 2 or 3 years. I think 2 years, because I think that's what happens in the book, and I think it's true to life. So for him to be so inspired, because that's what he's saying, that's what inspired him, is her saying that she wouldn't change any of it, and him thinking on that and playing on that sometimes you got to trawl through some shit to get out the other side. And, this book. I was... When I finished it, I was like, did I like this enough to give it a 5 stars? I was leaning towards maybe a 4.5, but I'm not. I'm giving it 5 stars. Even just reading that article now and getting emotional on this, which I feel like in the vlogs, I must come across as a much more outwardly emotional person than what I actually am. But it's because if I was actually talking about that and saying it to a physical person, I would be totally blank face. It would not make me tear up. But because there's no actual person here, something in my emotions makes me get emotional when no one's around. I don't know what it is. I've got some weird psychological issues, I'm sure. So, and then there's another bit here that says, see, Trent Dalton is a journalist, and it says, who's the most interesting person you've ever spoken to? People ask. Nah, not the Dalai Lama. Nah, not John Howard or Bob Hawke, their Australian Prime Ministers, or Priscilla Flipping Presley, or Heath Ledger, or Matt Damon. Nah, it's my mum, by a damn sight. And you'll know why when you read the book. And it's just, this book was so good, and I did not expect, I went into this book with very low expectations because I knew it was quite literary, and while I enjoy some literary fiction, very like hyped literary fiction that I feel is very like highbrow, I feel like typically goes over my head if I'm being completely honest, and it's just, I read for more enjoyment and escapism, and I don't get that from really highbrow literary fiction. But this book was so good. I highly, highly, highly recommend. I do think that for people outside of Australia, the language could take a little bit of getting used to because it is very Australian, but I think it's worth checking out. And I did really enjoy the audiobook as well. So yeah, I finished that today. I did also start another audiobooks. As I mentioned, I want to finish this one tomorrow. So the new audiobook I started is called The Deeper the Water, The Uglier the Fish by Katja Apekina. Oh my God, I'm butchering that. So this is, I guess, adult literary, contemporary type of story. I'm not very far through when I realize that I'm filming on my phone, so I can't actually check how far through. I'm about 15% of the way through, I think, but the audiobook overall was only about 10 hours, so I should have got through enough today that I can finish the rest of it off tomorrow, I'm hoping. So it's basically huge trigger warnings in this for suicide. This has... The main premise of the story is that we're following a teenage girl named Edie, I love that name, who has recently, like prior to the novel starting, she recently found her mother who was had suicide attempt. She found her hanging in their home. Her mother survives, but through that happening, they end up having to, her and her younger sister, who I think is 14, I think the main character's 16 and her sister's 14. They have to go and live with their father, like their estranged father, who abandoned them when, I think she said when she was 4 and her sister was 2, or 6 and 4 maybe, but like when they were quite young, their father abandoned them. They haven't really seen or heard from him since. No birthday cards, no Christmas cards, none of that. And when this happens, they basically have to go from Louisiana, where they grew up, to live with their father in New York. And it basically follows that story. If I'm being perfectly honest, I'm struggling to focus on it. I was struggling to focus on it this afternoon. That's not the book's fault. I guess I haven't mentioned it in this vlog, but I'm off work, in case you don't know. Next week, tomorrow is the last day before Easter, and then I'm off work the following week. So I've been trying to just get a lot done at work to prepare for being off work. Because my other colleague is also off work, and my boss is also taking the Friday. So like, you know, we're just kind of, I'm always at like panic stations of, oh my God, I need to get like everything done because there's going to be no one around to do anything. So I was really busy. And so I feel like while I've got the main details, I haven't got the finer points of the story yet. But I think that I'm only 15% of the way through, because I was kind of like, maybe I should go back and start again, but I don't think I'll get it done if I do that. And then I'll be in an even worse position, because I'll be like 80% of the way through a book that I then won't finish for 2 weeks. So I think that I will continue on. I think I'll give it my commute in the morning. I'll keep listening on my commute on the morning and see whether I'm struggling to figure out what's going on, or whether I feel like I need to go back. And then if after my commute I think I need to go back, I will. But I'm going to try push through and see if I can like kind of catch up a little bit. Because like I said, I'm not super far of the way through. But so far, I think I'm going to enjoy it. But it's just kind of me trying to figure out exactly what the point of the story is. But obviously, we're only 15% of the way through, so I don't know what the point of the story is yet. So that's it. That's what I'm reading. I'm going to go now because this clip is already a lot longer than I intended it to be. But I really needed to gush about Boy Swallows Universe. Definitely check that book out if you're interested. Now tomorrow I'll be checking in later in the day because I have something going on. It's something that I alluded to at the end of the last vlog, but I'll be able to let you guys know what it is tomorrow. I'm really excited about it. Nervous, but excited. So it will have already happened by the time I talk to you guys tomorrow, and I'll be able to show you guys what's going on. So yeah, I will talk to you guys again tomorrow evening. And tomorrow evening I will be free for 10 whole days. So I will talk to you guys then. Bye guys. Hi guys, it is about 2:45 p.m. on Saturday the 20th of April. It has been a couple of days since I checked in. I've had a bit of a hectic couple of days. I've had a lot going on, which we're going to get into. So I alluded to this in the last couple of clips. Like I alluded to it in the last clip and then my last vlog. So in the last clip of the last vlog, I think it was, or there was a clip recently where I alluded to something that had happened, and I, on that evening, had gone to meet someone. So I met someone, and then Thursday, he moved in with me. And so we've been dealing with that changes. And if you would like to know who I'm talking about, I'm going to introduce you. So give me a second. Let me see if I can get in. Oh no, he's running away. Ugh, This is Giles. Giles is my new cat. I got a sibling for Winnie, although Winnie so far has been less than thrilled. So that's part of what I've been dealing with. Sorry, excuse the shaky camera while I try to get myself set up a bit again, now that I've shown you him a little bit. I'll try to put in a couple of clips of him towards the end of this. But yes, so I picked him up on Thursday night. After I left work, I went and picked him up. Initial meetings between him and Winnie did not go well. Winnie was very aggressive and hissing and growling a lot, and I ended up having to separate them. And the other downside of her being so aggressive was that he is very timid, and she scared the crap out of him, and he hid for basically the next 13 hours. He wouldn't even come out. So I've had to separate him into this room here where I am now is actually his little room where I've got him set up. He's got his food and his water and his litter and a little bed and a couple of toys and things in here. So since then, I've been working with him to try and build up his confidence and get him a bit happier. He's totally comfortable with me. He purrs. I don't even know if you might be able to hear that in the background. He purrs about 100% of the time. He is just so precious. He's so cute and so affectionate, and I'm in love with him. So yeah, he's named Giles after my favorite character on Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And so yeah, so I've keeping them separated, and I'm basically moved back to a very slow introduction process where I'm trying to get them, like Winnie's kind of aware that he's in this room and she's still a bit quite wary, and then I'm trying to build them up to the stage where I'm getting them used to each other's smells, and then I'll have to do a really slow introduction. If anyone's got any tips, although by the time this goes up, hopefully I will be a lot further along in the process, because obviously I can't keep him in this little room for forever, and I want them to be the best of friends, but we'll have to see how it goes. So yeah, that's what I've been up to the last couple of days. And then today I was out and about doing shopping and everything. And yesterday was Good Friday, so I had Good Friday stuff going on. And there's been a lot happening. So, reading update. So, I think since the last time I spoke to you guys, I finished What Lies Beneath by Richard Denny / Clover Donovan. I didn't really like this book. So, unfortunately, I haven't liked either of the books that I've read by him. Again, very underdeveloped. And so it just leaves you feeling, I just can't even explain it. The whole thing's very underdeveloped. There's also a side character in this one who is trans. And I think that this book does something that I can't speak to this as I'm not a member of the trans community, but there is dead naming that goes on, which I understand I think a lot of people would have a problem with. And so just be aware of that. So yeah, didn't really enjoy this book at all. Gave it 2 stars. So then what else do I need to update you on? Oh, the audiobook situation. So I'd mentioned that audiobook, The Deeper the Water, the Uglier the Fish. So it turned out I was further through than I thought. I was like 25% of the way through. And after I listened to my commute listening, I realized I had no idea what was going on. I kind of knew key plot points, but there was a lot of detail that I was missing. A lot of side characters whose names I wasn't even sure which person was supposed to be which. So I decided to stop listening to it. I haven't DNF'd it. What I've decided is, depending on how many audiobooks end up coming in while I'm on break that I have to catch up on once I go back to work, I am going to restart this audiobook over from the start. So I just kind of, because I just didn't know enough about the story to keep going. So I, like I said, deleted it off my shelves, and I will restart it from scratch when I go back to work. So there's that. So the actual book that I'm reading now, since I finished What Lies Beneath, which I didn't bring in here with me because it's in the other room, so I'll just let you know what it is. But I am reading The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. I'm doing a buddy read of this with Mel. So I've been reading this since Thursday. So I'm about 130 pages in. I haven't read a lot. I want to read a bunch more of it today. I'm hoping to get to about page 230, I think it is today at least. Touch base with Mel, see where she's at, etc. And then, yeah, so that's kind of what I'm reading at the moment. So this is an adult thriller. It's about a woman named Alicia who had a seemingly perfect marriage with this man, Gabriel, and then out of nowhere, she shot him in the face 5 times, brutally murdering him. And then she never spoke again. She never spoke at trial. She's just never uttered a word since. And it's been, I think, it's several years later, and we are following a psychotherapist named Theo who has started working at the mental health facility where she is housed, and is starting to work with her and trying to speak to her, and I guess we're going to try to find out what happened. So yeah, not a lot to report so far. Like I said, I'm only about 100 or so pages in. I am enjoying it. I'm very intrigued, so looking forward to getting deeper into that book today. Plans for the rest of today, it's pretty late in the afternoon already. I don't have much plans for the rest of the afternoon. Bit of reading, bit of booktube, and then I'm going to probably get some Uber Eats tonight, watch some movies, and then tomorrow is Easter Sunday. I don't have any plans tomorrow except for going around. My parents are having a barbecue tomorrow, so that's when I'll see. My sister and her kids are still away, and obviously my brother doesn't live here anymore, so it really is just my parents and my nan, and so they're all going around, like I said, for a barbecue tomorrow with, I think, 2 of my uncles are going to be around there as well. And I think we're going to play cards after the barbecue, so that'll be a good night, because I always love playing cards and going to barbecues at my parents' place. So yeah, that is that. Trying to think if I've got anything else to report. I don't think so. So let's see if I can get a couple of shots of Giles for you guys. He is so cute. So give me a second. Apologies if this lighting is really bad, but there he is laying in front of the window. So so if you can see this gap down the side of this sofa bed that's here, that is where he's been hiding. And every time I leave the room, he just goes back and hides there. He gets more confident when hi baby. Oh, please ignore the shit that I have on my floor, like this can of hairspray. That he, hi, oh, there's my finger. So yeah, he's very confident in this room when I'm in here, but that gap down the side of the sofa, as soon as I leave the room, he basically just goes back and hides in there. And it's not until I come back in the room that he comes out, and then he's all over me, purring, totally in love with me, which I'm very happy about, but I need to build him up confidence-wise, because if Winnie's going to be aggressive towards him, not aggressive, but I know that normally when introducing new cats, there can be a period of time where one will growl or hiss at the other, and I need him in a position where he's not just going to take off. He needs to kind of stand his ground so that Winnie can get used to him, because if he's just going to run and hide at a corner every time that she does that, then we're not going to make much progress. So hopefully I can keep working with him and building his confidence, and hopefully soon he will be in a place where I can keep transferring their scents to each other, try to get them used to each other, and then do a very slow introduction of having them see each other and see how we go. Because like I said, initial introductions didn't go well, so instead we've had to take a back step. So yeah, I'll keep you updated on how that's going throughout the vlog, but wish me luck. So yeah, that is, I think, all I really have for this clip. Apologies for the shaky crap clips of the cat, but hopefully I just filmed my mid-month wrap-up, and it took almost half an hour because he was jumping in and out of all of the clips, and I had to keep redoing everything over and over. So I also don't know, he was purring so loud, so you can probably hear that in the background, but yeah, he is so precious. He's so precious. So yeah, hopefully soon he will be an integrated member of the household. But yeah, that is all I have for this clip. I think I will talk to you guys at some point during the day tomorrow. Hopefully I've made really good progress on the silent patient by the time I talk to you guys tomorrow. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys then. Bye guys. Hi guys, it is about 20 to 5 p.m. on Sunday the 21st of April. Happy Easter. Apologies straight up if you can hear the background noise coming from the neighbors. I don't know if you can hear that. They are banging so loud, and it's been going on like that for hours. And I'm just like, it's Easter Sunday. Is that really a day to be out there like doing massive construction? And I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one, because I tried to have a nap this afternoon, and that's kind of when it started, and it's so loud that it kept waking me up. And I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who's annoyed about it, because I could see just now when I went to put my blind up in my room to get some natural light in here to film this clip, I could see a man that I think is a neighbor from somewhere else, like from further down the street, like standing in the street, like looking at the house where the noise is coming from. So I'm pretty sure people are peeved, because I'm like, it's Easter Sunday, it's like a public holiday. It's supposed to be a day to like relax with your family and celebrate Easter with your family, and they're being really, really noisy. And it's getting later in the day now as well, like we're getting close to 5 p.m. and it's still going on. Anyway, so today has been a pretty chill day. Update on the cat situation. So this morning the cats had a run-in. So no one talks to you about how hard it is to introduce a new cat to a household when you're single, because it's very hard to keep, like, you know, they're all like, oh, do this on the opposite sides of doors, like at the exact same time. And I'm like, I'm one person, I can't do that. And Giles has gotten so brave now that I can barely get into the room where he is without him trying to get out. And I was trying to get in there the first thing this morning to feed him, and I couldn't get in without him getting out, and he managed to get out. And at first him and Winnie were quite close together, because it was her feeding time too, so she was hanging around me. And so they were very close to each other, and at first it was just silence and very wary staring, and then Giles kind of started to move towards her, and she just started hissing, and then she did a really massive hiss, and he ran back into the room. But good progress on his part is that he ran back into the room, and I kind of shut the door, and then he didn't run and hide or anything, and he's still totally happy in that room. So I think he has definitely built up his confidence enough where she's not going to intimidate him into running away all the time. And I'm planning to tomorrow purchase when I was at the shops yesterday, I should have just bought it, but I didn't. I saw this big mesh playpen that's, I think, made for dogs, but I'm going to buy it and I think it's going to be good. I think I'm going to be able to put it in like my lounge room and bring Giles out and put him in it so that they can see each other through the mesh and everything, but they can't get to each other. And I think that that'll be a good next step of, because I think at this stage it's Winnie who's the problem. He's totally happy. It's just her, which is totally understandable. It's her home, her territory, her mum, who she's had on her own for a year, and I think she just needs to start to get used to the sight of him. Because she's definitely would be pretty used to his smell by now, because his smell is all over me every time I pat him. His smell's coming through the door, and she seems kind of fine in that room. She's still wary, but it's okay. So it's just a matter of getting used to the sight of him. Might do that like for a, you know, keep increasing, do it a few times throughout the day. Tomorrow, once I get it, and see how I go, because hissing and growling is fine. It's just you don't want any like actual aggressive attacks, and eventually the hissing and growling will just like ease off. So that's the hope, and it'll be a good way for me to bring him out of that room, but for me to still keep him safe, because my concern with letting him out for them to start seeing how they go with each other was that if she scares him and he runs and hides somewhere and then I need to leave the house, that then he'll be stuck somewhere and I won't be able to get him out, and I won't feel confident leaving them alone in the house together where they can access each other for a while, until I know that there's going to be no incident. So that's where I need to build up to. So I want to be able to bring him out in a way where I know where he is, that I can put him back in the room if necessary. So anyway, that is life update, cat update. I'm just about to head round to my parents' place for barbecue and to play cards. I think I'm going to be there quite late because there's an Arsenal game on tonight. And I said to my dad that I would try watch the Arsenal games this week while I'm off work, because I can go around later. And it's on at 12:30, so depending how late cards go, I might just stay around there and watch it. But I know my dad will go to bed, so I don't know. I may end up having to come home and then go back around there before the game. I don't really know. It's not a big deal. Anyway, so now on to a reading update. So sorry, I got to reach for my book. I left my book on the wrong side. So, The Silent Patient, Alex Michaelides. I finished this today. So this was the buddy read with Mel. Mel hasn't quite finished it, but she's reading it now. And, oh, I literally just got a pop up on my screen of her sending me an update. So this is one of the best thrillers I've read, I think. To me, this gets a lot of 5-star reviews, like Michelle. So I read this for the challenge for BookBuddyAthon of reading a book that your buddy recommends to you. This was Michelle's recommendation. She said this is basically her favorite thriller of all time. It's definitely one of mine. I would probably, in fact, put this in my top 2 thrillers, with this and An Unwanted Guest by Shari LaPena. This doesn't have the atmosphere that An Unwanted Guest has, which is one of my favorite things about that book, but the way that the twists and turns are crafted in this story, I think, is pretty ingenious. I don't think it's perfect. There are a few things that I was like, I'm not really sure why this was there, or this wasn't completely like explained, and a few like coincidence type things, but you get that in thrillers. It's pretty part and parcel of the genre, really. But I did really enjoy this, and I gave it 4.5 stars. So I really recommend picking this up if you're looking for a good twisty-turny thriller. It had twists and turns in there that, like, the main twist, I only put it together like a page, like as it was kind of happening, like a page before it happened. I was like, wait, is this where we're going? Is this really where we're going? And then like flip the page and holy shit, that's where we're going. So it was pretty exciting. So yeah, I look forward to getting Mel's thoughts as she finishes it off and hits all of the like final twists and turns of the story. So yeah, I finished that. I haven't picked anything else up yet. I'm going to take around, it's on the wrong side of me, and again, I don't want to go to an ugly angle, but I guess, guys, sacrifices for the vlog, ugly angles. So I'm going to take this around to my parents. I'm going to now pick up the 5th book in the series and the 2nd book in this binder, which is called Awakening. So this one, let's see how long book 5 is. Still very short. 188 pages, in fact. All of these are under 200 in this binder. So taking that, and I'm going to pick up book 5 in that series next. None of these are hitting any challenges or anything, but get this off. So let's quickly run down challenges that I have completed, because I don't think I've talked about it yet. So Boy Swallows Universe, that completed the prompt for Owl's Magical Readathon, for Care of Magical Creatures, for Book with a Land Animal on the cover. It also worked for the Dawson's Creek prompt for BookBuddyAthon for reading a book with more than 400 pages. And then what else have I read this week? Have I read anything else? Might just be this, which this works, like I said, for BookBuddyAthon for the prompt. I think the prompt is the Big Bang Theory prompt, which was to read a book that your buddy recommends. This doesn't work for Owls. Oh, and then also I think I finished watching you in this vlog as well, I think. Did I? If I did, that one works for, I think it's the prompt for Friends to read the buddy read. So, making good progress on BookBuddyAthon. I'm still talking to my buddy every day. The one of the like, not specifically book related prompts that I need to check off is the one to read solidly for an hour. It's not hard to do. It's not how I read. I don't typically sit down for solid chunks of time and read. I generally read, like I've said so many times, a chapter here or there and watch some videos, and then read a chapter here or there and then read some videos. So I do need to sit down at some point while I'm on this chunk of leave and do the solid hour of reading. So yeah, that is really it for this clip. I'm going to head off now. Like I said, I'll take this around to my parents' place. Not sure if I'll get any reading done because, like I said, we'll be playing cards and having barbecue. But I will check in with you guys at some point during the day tomorrow and give you guys, I might try to update you when I'm in the lounge room with the cat enclosure and can show you guys Giles and stuff in the enclosure if it's going well, if there's no like hissing and growling and all of that. So yeah, I'll let you guys know tomorrow. Bye guys. Hi guys, it is about 10 to 4 p.m. on Monday the 22nd of April. So today has been quite a busy day. I've been out and about most of today. So, well, not for quite a few hours. So I went round to my parents' place for the Arsenal game last night. Sorry, first I went round to my parents' place for dinner and barbecue and cards. We played 2 rounds. I came third out of 4 people in the first round, and then I won the second time, which was great. And then came home, went back around to my parents a couple of hours later to watch the Arsenal game with my dad. Came home, so I ended up having quite a late night. Then I got up this morning at about 9. And then had a lazy-ish morning because I was going shopping today with my mum. But because it's the public holiday here today, the shops didn't open until 11. So I picked up my mum at 10:30. We got a coffee and then went to do shopping. So we were there for about 4 hours and I spent probably about $400, but I got everything that I wanted to get, which was amazing. I got 2 pairs of exercise tights. I got 3 new pairs of tracksuit pants, men's tracksuit pants, or like sweats as you guys call them in America, because men's ones are the only ones to buy. They're so much comfier than the girls' ones. Got 3 pairs of those. And what else did I get? I got 2 sports bras, 3 regular bras, 3 new tops for work, 3 knit style tops, 1 other casual top, a pair of shoes for work, a cardigan for work, a book, just 1. And it's a book that I've already read, so I'm not adding to my TBR. What else? Maybe 1 or 2 other things, I can't remember, but I got a lot. So I was really happy because I got everything that I needed to get that I've been meaning to get for ages. So I was really happy with that. I also got the playpen, the animal playpen. I got that. I brought it home, and so I've had Giles and Winnie meet again through the playpen. It went pretty well. So there was a bit of hissing and a little bit of growling, but for the most part, there was just a lot of staring and a lot of Winnie kind of testing the waters. So I had left them, so we did that for about 45 minutes. I then put Giles back in his, in the room that he's been in. And I'm thinking that when it's time, about 15 minutes before I would normally feed them tonight, I'm thinking that I'll bring him out again in the playpen and then have them interacting again for about another 15 minutes, and then I'll try feeding them with him in the playpen and her a couple of meters away. yeah, and then tomorrow I'll probably do that again in the morning for breakfast. And then I don't have anything going on during the day tomorrow. In fact, I don't have anything going on at all tomorrow except boxing tomorrow night. So I'll probably various times throughout the day, every couple of hours, bring him out and keep trying to like build up their interactions throughout the day tomorrow, and then see how I go. That maybe at some point on Wednesday I might consider having them interact without the playpen, maybe, if I've got the kissing and stuff right down to a minimum, then I'll see. So it's all happening. I think it went pretty well, so I'm happy. Because Giles really wants to get out of that room that he's in. He meows his head off most of the time now because he just wants me to be in there with him. I try to go into him as much as I can, but obviously I can't be in that room all the time. And I need to make sure that Winnie knows, like, that she's getting enough affection and stuff as well, so that she doesn't start to resent Giles. So it's a fine line. So yeah, hopefully it will keep going well, and then we can be on our way to having 2 cats who love each other. So yeah, that was just that. So I just put him back in the room, and now I'm just chilling back in my bedroom. And so I thought I'd give you guys so of course I left the book on the wrong side again. Oh, okay, let me get this. I haven't put any of my shopping away, but I want to go through my wardrobe, and for every item that I bought, I want to get rid of something, which shouldn't be too hard to do because, for example, with the new tracksuit pants / sweats that I bought, I'm planning to get rid of all of my old tracksuit pants and sweats. I've only got 1 or 2 pairs that I actually really wear, and so I'm just hanging on to like ones that I don't wear anymore for like no reason. So I'm going to get rid of some of those, and then get rid of those. I've got a few older work tops that I never really wear anymore because I don't really like them, and I've just kind of got still hanging in my cupboard for, like, in my wardrobe, just for like a rainy day, for those days where like maybe I haven't got to do any washing and I've run out of the tops that I like to wear. But now that I've got a few more work tops today, I've got a few more to rotate through, so I'll be able to get rid of those ones that I just really don't like, and yeah, just get rid of some of my older bras and things that I'm just not wearing anymore. And put together a pile to donate, and a pile of things to just get rid of, so that even though I bought some new stuff today, hopefully my, I'm not increasing in numbers even though I got new stuff, because I really did need new stuff. So yeah, anyway, so reading updates. So I did pick this up yesterday, the 5th book, Awakening by Kate Tiernan. So I'm on page 125. So I read most of that yesterday / last night, and like yesterday evening / last night, and then I think I read like 2 or 3 chapters this morning, when I was having my like lazy morning before I went shopping. So it's only 188 pages long, so I've only got just over 60 pages left. So I have knitting group tonight. So I'm probably going to try finish this before I go to knitting. And then when I get home from knitting, because I don't have work or anything tomorrow, I might watch a movie, and then pick up my next read and read a couple of chapters probably before I go to bed. And then tomorrow, I don't know how much reading I'll get done during the day tomorrow, because if I'm being honest, I really want to have a just like on the couch movies day tomorrow, because I haven't done that in ages. And tomorrow is one of the only days that I'm not going to have anything going on, because Wednesday, Winnie has a vet appointment in the morning. She's just due for her regular 12-month like checkup and vaccination, which I think is good timing, because I'll be able to say to the vet like about how I've got Giles. He doesn't need to go to the vet. He already had all of his vaccinations and things, so he doesn't need to go for like 9 months. And like obviously the adoption place checks him and everything, so I know that he's healthy. And so I'll be able to like to say to them that I've got the new cat, and like get them to check whether she seems fine, like she's totally fine. And then straight after that, I'm going to see Avengers Endgame with my dad. So it's opening day. I'm so excited. So I messaged my dad last week and I was like, so when are we going to see Avengers? Because we do enjoy the Avengers movies, and I think we both I said to him, I just really don't want to be spoiled. And I said, I know it's going to be really hard to not be spoiled online. And he goes, well, when's it coming out? And I said, Wednesday. So we had a look. It was kind of hard to get because he was like, oh, we can go during the day when it'll be less busy. And I was like, well, it is opening day. And it was still hard to kind of get tickets. So it was going to be my dad and my mum and I. But unfortunately, my uncle ended up having to have an appointment for his, to do with his cancer. So my mum is going with my uncle to that. So my mum's not coming now. So it's going to be just me and my dad, which I can't remember the last time I went to the movies. Well, I can. I said to Dad, I think the last time Dad and I went to the movies, just the two of us, was when we went to see Gothica in cinema, which is that movie with Halle Berry, which I think I made my dad go see with me for my birthday, like the year whatever year that was when that came out. I would have been turning maybe like, I don't know, somewhere between like 17 and 19. And I made him go see that with me at cinemas for my birthday. But apart from that, I don't think we've been to the movies, just the two of us. So, of course, the cinema will be packed. But yeah, so I'm really excited. So I've got that going on Wednesday, and then boxing again Wednesday night, boxing Tuesday night. Then Thursday is a holiday here again. It's Anzac Day. So we will be going to the dawn service in the morning. So that's obviously at dawn, like we go quite early, and then that'll be through dawn, and then we go to breakfast, and then I don't have anything else going on during the day on Thursday. And my parents are actually going away on Thursday for 2 nights, and because they're away and my sister's away, I have to go around to my sister's place to feed her dog for 2 nights. My parents' dog is staying with my nan, but my sister's dog is currently staying at my parents', and my parents are taking her dog back to her place, and I'm just going to go around and feed him and spend a little bit of time with him for those 2 nights, and then when they get back, they'll take him back to their place with their dog. So I don't really have like a free day until like Friday next week, and I still need to do, my mum is going to come around one day, which won't be Friday because they don't get back until Saturday, to help me do like a really deep clean of my house. My mom's going to come around and help me get to all of the things that I just haven't been getting to. So I'm not sure what day we're going to do that, and then it's just basically like regular weekend days, and then I'm back to work. I like how I'm already thinking about, oh, boo, I have to go back to work, and it's still only Monday. But yeah, so hopefully going to finish this tonight and then move on to something else. And I'll check in with you guys at some point during the day tomorrow. Even though I'm probably planning to have a movie day, I'll probably try and do like a movie and then read a couple of chapters, read a couple of chapters, that type of thing until I have to go to boxing. So yeah, I think that's really it though for this clip, and I will talk to you guys at some point during the day tomorrow. Bye guys. Hi guys, it is about 4:30 on Tuesday the 23rd of April. Please excuse this ugly angle, but I have a little friend who wants to sleep as close to me as possible, and I didn't want to disturb her, so we're getting this ugly angle instead. So today I've had a pretty chill day. I filmed a video this morning, and then I've spent the rest of the day right here in pretty much this position watching a few movies. And I have had Winnie and Giles have had a few playpen dates today, and it's going pretty well. On the last one, after a while, they actually both like got into like, oh, is she leaving me? Oh, she's leaving me. Okay. Oh, at least I can sit up into a less ugly position. Okay, please excuse. So yeah, they got up into, they both like hunkered down into like sleeping positions. She was up on her tower at the end of the couch, and he was in the playpen. So they weren't like right next to each other or anything, but still very good progress. The signs are really good that tomorrow I might have them meet like without the playpen, which is really exciting. So, reading update. Last night I finished Awakening by Kate Tiernan. I don't have it with me, it's in my bedroom. I finished that before I went to bed. It was probably my least favorite of the series so far. It was pretty slow. Yeah, not a lot else. I can't really talk too much about it, obviously, because it is so far into the series, but I gave that just a 3-star. I say it was definitely the slowest of the ones that we've had so far. So then today I have picked up Fairest by Chandahan. This is the second book in the Unfortunate Fairy Tale series, and this one works for the owl for, is it I can't remember which owl it is, the owl that's for a retelling. I want to say arithmancy. No, it might be ancient runes. It might be ancient runes. Either ancient runes or arithmancy. The prompt is to read a retelling. So this follows a girl who discovers that she's the first book does, she discovers that she's the descendant of the Brothers Grimm, and basically her family is cursed with having to relive out fairy tales in order to like move on. She has to solve so many of them in order for like the curse to be lifted, type of thing. There's like hundreds of them apparently. And so this book, while not a traditional retelling, she does play out various fairy tales throughout. This is book 2. I didn't super love book 1. I can't remember what rating I gave it, but I was kind of intrigued by the ending where I thought, I'm interested to see where book 2 ends. I'm on page 90. So I'm this far of the way through. It's pretty short. It's only, how many pages is it? It's only 236 pages, so I'm honestly really not liking it. I'm disliking this one even more than the first book. I think the writing, this sounds really harsh, but I think it's terrible. It's so cliche and I just am not enjoying it at all. I probably would have DNF'd this, except I want to complete it to, so I can use it for that Owls challenge. And so I've only got like, 140 pages left to go. If it was longer, I would struggle more to keep going, but I'm going to push to get as much of this read today. So it's 4:30 now. I don't have anything else. I've got boxing later tonight, but I don't need to leave for like another hour and 10 minutes. So I'm probably just going to spend that time, or like an hour and 20 minutes. I'm probably just going to spend that time watching some booktube videos and doing a bit more reading. And then once I come home from boxing, I'll probably watch another movie or two this evening. And then depending how far through, I'll try to read a chunk of it before I go to bed and maybe finish it, possibly. We'll see. Tomorrow, Winnie has a vet appointment. Oh, you guys, actually, there's no point in me talking about tomorrow because you guys aren't going to get to see it because this is the last clip of this vlog. So yeah, that's it for this particular vlog, and I guess that's all I really have to report. If you want to hear my final thoughts on this terrible book, stay tuned to the next vlog. And if you want to see, oh, hold on, I really should have thought this through. Let's talk about what challenges I completed for the various readathons. So I've completed the challenge for, I think it was Big Bang Theory. This is for BookBuddyAthon to read. Oh. Okay. Oh. Back into the lab. To read a book that your buddy suggests to you. I completed that. That was The Silent Patient. I also completed the challenge for reading a book that is over 400 pages. I think that was the Dawson's Creek prompt. That was Boy Swallows Universe. Boy Swallows Universe also worked for Owls for the prompt of reading a book with a land animal on the cover. I think that's it. I think they're the only challenges that I completed this week. So I will put an updated bingo board here on the screen for you guys to look at for BookBuddyAthon. The bingo board last week, I'd already made like a couple of bingos, technically, if you go by like the lines. I'm still on track to do Talking to My Buddy every day. I'm still on track. The one I still need to do is read for an hour. So one of these days while I'm off work, I still need to like get that one out. And then, yeah, will I get to the rest of them? I don't know. I will try. It depends how much reading I get done. So we'll see. But yeah, I think that's it. That is it. That's the prompts. If you want to see, like I said, how I go for the last week and what I end up completing, and if I manage to get to all of the challenges for Owls or BookBuddyAthon, then stay tuned to the next vlog. But I will see you guys in the outro. Bye, guys. I hope that you guys enjoyed this most recent reading vlog for April, in which we had a lot of kitty cat fun. So yeah, I would love for you guys to comment down below. Let me know how your guys' reading month is going, or what you guys have been reading and enjoying, or what you think of what I've been reading. I would just love to chat. Please like the video if you liked it. Please subscribe if you want to see more from my channel. That is all I have for this video today. Bye, guys.